I'm trying to clean the camera and remembering where it is. Usually okay, I'm back. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I'm reading through the messages now. Traffic, perhaps. Weather, yes, that's 100% why. So someone just came out and I had to go and chat with them about the football of it all, because I didn't want them to come up and talk to me about something that was maybe not appropriate to be talked about on a live thing. It's a bit like when you go to someone's house and you don't know you're being recorded. Hi, Karen. Hello. Oh, I don't want to play favorites, but Karen's our favorite customer. Yeah, I'm very aware of that these days. Everyone's got a camera everywhere, and you just have to be careful. I was talking to someone about this recently. I've been to people's houses where I've been there chatting with people, and I've been talking about all kinds of things, and then discovered you tuned in and wondered why the car was empty. Yeah, I was just talking to someone. Discovered that they've got cameras with sound in their houses. So I was like, that's not great. That's not ideal. Would have liked to know that beforehand. Often I'll be sitting in my car and doing a live, and someone will come over to me to have a conversation or just to say hi, because you know when you're sitting in your car, you're usually just like wasting time, like hanging out. And this person was walking towards me, and I was like, also I didn't want to have to explain what I was doing, because it's a bit of a weird thing, isn't it? It's a bit of a weird thing to kind of be filming yourself in your car, in a car park. Strange way to tell people this is a thing that you do. Yes, cameras in the house is totally more than mildly creepy for me. But it's so normal. I know like multiple people, like I don't, you know, they're not creepy people, but it's so normal. But for me, totally, that's just a no, a solid no. Ring doorbell, but everyone is like, you can see the Ring doorbell. You're aware of the Ring doorbell. I'm trying to remember who it was that told me. Someone told me that she was doing the Amazon delivery thing in COVID for like a little bit of extra money. They were picking up Amazon shifts, effectively doing like little local deliveries, because we've got an Amazon warehouse literally at the end of our street. So she's doing that, and she said, you're very aware of like the Ring doorbells. You can see these people are filming you. That's fine. But then there are other people who have got a camera in the house facing you, and you're not quite as aware that you're being filmed. I don't know. I feel like if anywhere else you would have to have a little sign that said like you're being recorded. Any private property, I'm sure there's a law, you know, like the CCTV, you are being recorded. But maybe it's public spaces. I don't know. I do think that we've blurred the line a little bit as to all the cameras and all of the surveillance of everything. Freaks me out a little bit. I think more and more people are video calling. So if I saw someone talking into their phone, I'd just assume, yeah, I said I was on a call. That's what I said. was like, right, I'm going to go back because I'm on a call. And that sounds completely plausible. That would be on a video call and not weird. Not as weird as I'm just doing a live. Because what does that mean? That isn't the end of a conversation. That's the beginning of a conversation, I think. Anyway, what's everyone doing this week? I've been on a bit of a organisation kick. Also, penis man. Weirdly, I swear to God, I parked in a completely different place. Specifically because I wanted to park where there might be a little bit of light. I didn't do very well. But penis man is still parked directly in front of me. I don't know how I managed that. There's like 4 other cars in the car park. No idea. No clue. But yeah, I've been on a real organisation kick this week. And when I get home, it's partially motivated by the whole thing of like, I don't want to spend any money. And especially with the sales, I'm trying to remind myself of all the things that I've got. So I'm reorganising my wardrobe. I've reorganised all my makeup. I'm doing lots of like shop my stash stuff just for me. And it's helping. I think it's helping. We still sound throaty, not feeling better. I'm feeling so much better, Tracy. Thank you. But it's just, you know, like the remnants, the like, that like, the last bit of catarrh in your chest. I think that's what it is. You and that man, Flashagate. Yeah, if you know, you know. Flashagate is exactly what we should call it. My neighbours have a camera at the back of our house. She messaged the other day to ask if I was okay. She reviews the camera footage and saw me slip over a few days ago. That's so weird. I mean, it would be great if you weren't okay. If you fell and no one found you, she would find you. Maybe a few days later, but she would find you. It's really tricky because obviously for a long time we've been allowed to have surveillance outside of our houses. Like, it's a thing people have paid for a very long time. But when the camera faces other people's property and other people, it's just, the inside thing is weird. But especially if it was facing someone else's garden, that should be your private area. I don't know. I think in the next however many years, it will be an invention that you can put something up. You know, like you can get privacy film for your windows. I think there could be something where it's like an invisible privacy shield around your house and other people can't video it, or like clothing that makes it so that, you know, like those things on speed cameras where it looks invisible, but if it gets on a speed camera, it like becomes invisible. Like the actual number plate becomes invisible or blurred. I feel like that is to be invented, but we will see it in our lifetime. Something that makes it like in real time privacy something. You know, like you could wear, you know, like a setting spray that you spray all over your face, and it makes it so that if someone videoed you, your face would already be blurred. I feel like that is that's an invention. If I was an inventor, I'm telling you. Trying to find waterproof setting spray and something to wear for my dad's funeral in a few weeks. I'm okay, and using it as an excuse to live off frosty fancy straight out of the fridge. Sarah, I'm so sorry to hear about that. I would imagine it is one of those things of like, when something like that happens, immediately people, because my friend Karen and I bonded over a tragedy where she and I feel exactly the same way about terrible things that happen. Wallowing doesn't make you feel better, and it doesn't make the thing not true. It doesn't make the thing go away. It doesn't make you feel any better. It doesn't undo anything. I like to wallow in private away from people, but for the most part I like to lean on dry humor and jokes about things that are inappropriate, and we did exactly the same thing. And so if something awful like that happened to me, I would say exactly the same. I'm fine, but these are the things I'm doing. And some people, if you were to tell them my dad just died, no matter what the relationship was, and you said, but I'm fine, they would be like almost personally offended that you weren't an absolute wreck. I'm sure you've had your moments when you're on your own, but not everyone wants to deal with that publicly. That's kind of how I feel about it. And yes, wallowing doesn't help. Yes, all for feeling your feelings, but we can't get stuck in it. And you know what? We don't always have to feel our feelings out loud. I was watching something. Who was it? Oh, I was watching Grey's Anatomy. And it's the bit where they may be losing Zola, you know, like they're going to adopt Zola, and then, is it going to work out? And she's talking to Christina Meredith, and she's like obviously about to cry, and Christina said, you know, like, well, and she goes to like console her, and she goes, I don't want to cry, like, don't do this, I don't want to cry. And then she hugs her, and she's like, no, I can't cry. And you could see how broken she was. And you know, we've watched 7 seasons of it up to that point. She cries, but I could not relate more to that. Of, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry now here. I don't want to fall apart. This is only going to make me feel worse. I want to hold it together. There's a time and a place. And this isn't it. Yeah, it's not, you know, we all grieve differently, and that's exactly it, Tracy. Perfectly in the moment. Grief is personal. If someone wants to talk, they'll let you know. And do you know what? It's so hard because people think they have to bring it out of you. People are like, you have to check in on people, but then you have to let them tell you what they need. And if they don't want to cry, leave them be. Let them talk about anything else. Let them pretend everything's normal. Let them talk about, you know, frivolous stuff. Let them eat frosty fancies straight from the box. Back to cameras. It's pointed towards the cars and garages, so caught me going over by my car. Yeah, it's weird. It's a strange thing, the cameras. I'm not into it. But at least on the out, like when you're out in the world, you're kind of expecting it. It's the inside cameras. I don't like it. Someone talked about putting cameras in an office, and I was like, I don't think we need cameras in the office. Unless we don't trust the employees. Why are we having cameras in the office? I don't know. Eat frosty fancies and talk about makeup. Exactly. I got rushed into hospital last week with sciatica, painful. Can't walk or sleep, very bad. Found someone else. Oh, Caroline, I remember you saying that in a comment about you having to be hospitalized with sciatica. That must be awful. I can't imagine, because just the little taster I've had of what I consider to be sciatica pains, that like, it seems to be like in the side of my bum. Do you know what I mean? Like in my hip area. That's where the chiropractor told me the knots are, and I can feel them. And when I massage that area, which Lee keeps telling me to go back to that particular chiropractor, and I'm like, I don't want to go back for like a butt massage. It's weird. Talk about invasive. It's strange. I'm not into it at all. It'd be weird if I was. But the pain, the not being able to sleep, the pain not only in your back, but like in that side of your bum area, you know what I mean? Like where your bum becomes your hip, and then down your legs. Honestly, I mean, the pains I've had over the years in my neck and my shoulders, they felt very close, and it feels a little bit oppressive and kind of almost like claustrophobic, because it's like a weight bearing down on you. But I cannot compare them. That's like a daily discomfort that really wears you down. Whereas this is like, oh, like actual yelp pain. And I don't know how people live with that. People who have that all the time. That is far worse than the chronic pain that I've had. Doctor tomorrow morning. I got my sciatica is on my right side, hip going down my leg, up to your calf muscle and ankle joint. Wow. I bet some people pay a lot of money for butt massages. I feel like if it's a man massaging a woman's butt, I think that the payment is in the wrong direction. Is what I think. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. I find my particular chiropractor, I've been to him a few times. I would hate for him to see this because he's a lovely man. He's just creepy. It's not, I'm sure he's not. He seems like a really lovely man, but you know, like, I think he gives me the ick. I think that's what it is. I'm just like, ugh. You know, there's people that you've worked with who are just, there's something about him, he like, never touch me. That's him, and that's his entire job. So, but Lee goes to him and he's totally fine with it. So we clearly have different icks. This is, ugh. I'd like to see a female, but I don't know. The chiropractor I see is not like a big burly guy, so I don't feel like a woman would be less effective. I also used to go to a masseuse. There was a moment where she'd opened her own place. I don't know if she's still got it. Because there was a moment where I thought it was like a Rockefeller and I was going all the time. She moved from one place that I used to go to, and then she opened up on her own. And I feel like I thought it was my job to keep her in business. I was going like once every couple of weeks, and it was not cheap. And she was fantastic. She was called, I want to say she was called Brody. I'm gonna have to see if I can, or maybe Brogan, to see if I can find messages from her to see if she's still in business, because I would go back to her. She was like a shot putter in terms of strength, and like her like upper body was like, she could break me. So, you know, there's nothing to say that a woman can't be as strong as a man or stronger at all. I'm sure he's a professional. Tracy, he's definitely a professional. Just gives me the ick. Talking of massages, I'm always disappointed when the girl washing my hair at the hairdresser's doesn't give me a head massage. Should be compulsory part of the treatment. Agreed. Although it's weird to enjoy it too much. I'd like them to cover my face while they massage my head. Watching on the cross trainer at the gym. Oh, just to make us all feel terrible. I'm sitting in a car drinking an energy drink, and you're actually active while we're all complaining about our chronic pains. First time you've ever managed to catch a live. I used to be live all the time. I am alive. I used to be live all the time, and then I don't know, I just dropped off at some point. I'm gonna try. I'm getting like a schedule together for 2025 because it'll be here in a minute, and I definitely want to pencil in a weekly live. It will be, because it's just easier that way. I think there's a lot of things, like Lee watches loads of YouTube. He watches more YouTube than regular TV, and he's very aware of this will be on this day, in the same way that we used to have like appointment TV. He's very aware of like, oh, there's a so-and-so's vlog on Sunday. Oh, it's going to go live at 2. He's very aware of the things that he likes to watch, what time they're on each week. And it all totally depends on who you are making the content for. I've always been someone who makes the content for the people who were already subscribed, which hasn't done very well for me in the past, because it kind of closes your pool of viewers. You stop being able to get new people come in because you're only really targeting the people who've already subscribed. And then when I started to try to branch out a little bit and make things that were a bit more topic driven, things that people might search for, then it doesn't matter when you upload, because it's just random. It's going to be found in the search. So I've mentioned this many times this year, but I kind of lost my way a little bit. And I'd like to get back to that thing of like, every Friday there's this video, every Sunday there's this video, every whatever on each of my channels. I'd like to get it more scheduled again. I'm ready. I'm ready for a little bit of routine. I think that's what part of that is. And one of those things is going to be a live. And maybe we'll do like every Wednesday at whatever time there's going to be a live. And if I can't make it that week, I'll just, put a community post out, or I'll let you know. But we won't move it around. It will either be then or it won't be. I feel like that could work. I'd love to be really strong. Yeah, same. Do you follow that? Is she called Iona? I want to say Maya, something like that. She's a rugby player who won in the Olympics, and she's in what is it called? Dancing with the Stars this year. I love her. I love her so much. But all the comments, because she's such a she's like a real big woman. She's really strong. She's really broad, and just like, she's built like a rugby player. Would you believe she's a rugby player? But because of that, all of the comments are really mixed. So you get lots of women who feel super empowered and are like, I love everything about this woman. And then you get a lot of other people who are full on haters. They're either just generally cruel, or they're suggesting that she's not a woman, which is always hilarious because you know it's the people who say they can always tell, who are like picking at these women who are not traditionally feminine looking. So I would also love to be super strong, but with great power comes great responsibility, and only people like her can maybe deal with it. At a very slow pace. Oh, you're disabled. That doesn't help, honestly. But I do feel bad for telling you off, for making us feel bad because you're on the treadmill and we're not. Emma is eating mac and cheese in her dressing gown. Now you make me feel better, Emma. You do. Has anyone found the new e.l.f. sparkly lip balm? Everywhere I look, it's sold out. I didn't even know it was a thing, Tracy. I've been so out of the beauty space for the longest time. I have avoided new for all of the reasons we said in the beginning. I actually just found out that one of my friends is being made redundant, and that compounded all of the feelings that I've had recently about don't spend money you don't have, don't spend money you don't need to spend. No one knows what's around the corner. It is a dangerous time to be frivolous. No one knows. Like, it feels, I know I've said it, everyone said it, everything is so much more expensive than it ever was. Even if you've got more money than you've ever had, it feels like you've got less money than you ever have. It's frustrating. But then you hear, I've had several people in my life either losing jobs or close to losing jobs in the past month. And it just reminds you, especially with Black Friday, just be careful. Do you need to buy that thing? If you're already buying it for a Christmas present, then fine. But don't go crazy just because it's a sale. This does make it tricky to sell things as a business owner. To run a business, you have to sell products. And I feel very contradicted. I feel very, this is because it thinks I'm going to leave it off for a second because I'm a little bit nervous that it might drain my battery. I don't know if that's an old wives' tale. No, okay. The car still turns on, so I'm just going to leave it off though when it turns off. Yeah, I'm very torn about sales at the moment because I feel like everyone is lacking funds and I don't want to be the cause of anyone spending money that they don't have. But at the same time, you got to run a business. I'm sat by the wood burner eating a massive bar of chocolate. Yes, my kind of girl. I'm trying to rein in my spending. Not at all resilient. It's hard. Listen, I would like to say I'm a recovering spendaholic. I'm not. I also, has the sound just gone weird? Because I think I've connected to my car. Wait. I just want to turn that off. Oh, now I can't turn it off because it thinks I'm in a call. Has the sound gone strange? Tell me, please. Because I don't know how to disconnect this from my car. I shouldn't have pressed that button. It's too much technology for its own good is what it is. But yeah, I would like to say I'm a recovering spendaholic, but I don't think that I am. I think I'm still there. It's just always there. It is, sounds fine. Thank you. I suppose it's like anything. It's the thing that I lean on. It's the thing that if I have a bad day, it's the first thing I want to do is spend money. It doesn't, not even anything specific. It's just like a trigger of like, I'm going to do that. And yeah, I wish I could not ever feel like that. Best beauty sales. I'm not looking at all. Not looking at all. There's one thing, if you've been following along, I really want that Refi lip balm or lip pencil, but someone did message me and say that apparently it's not that good. And now I'm like, well, maybe it's not. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying anything in Black Friday. I bought one thing as a gift because it was a really good price. It's also worth remembering John Lewis is always the best place to look for anything because they are never knowingly undersold and they will price match. So if you are looking for anything and John Lewis sell it, check there first because chances are it will be the cheapest. And if you can find it somewhere else that is cheaper, they will price match it. So that's one thing. Also, Top Cashback. If you haven't already signed up to Top Cashback, well, if you haven't already signed up, message me on Instagram and I'll send you a link and then we'll both get some extra cashback. But
if you haven't, or if you have already got it, don't forget to use it, especially at this time of the year. I will buy a few things and then remember Top Cashback exists, and then be so mad at myself for all the months that I forgot Top Cashback existed and I lost all the cashback. It's free money. It is free money. It's effectively like if I said to you, this lipstick is amazing, and sent you a link, the money that I would earn from you buying that lipstick would be the money that you would get as cashback for going through Top Cashback. It's pretty much the same thing. The percentages change all the time. So we might get an email as like an influencer. We might get an email saying, there's a bonus weekend affiliate marketing for Sephora. New customers, you'll get 5%. Meaning if you bought something for like £100, I would get £5 of affiliate
money, like an affiliate bonus, which 5% is massive. But sometimes you'll get with Top Cashback, there's a bonus. I don't know, new customers with Sephora, and it's usually better. It's usually like 10% for a new customer. If you are buying anything, you need to be using Top Cashback. You need to be using it, or whatever cashback site you want. It's literally free money. It's crazy not to use it, because at the end of the however long, you'll have loads of money to spend, and it's just free. I usually cash mine out as Primark vouchers, so as and when I go to Primark next, I don't feel like I'm going quite as mad because I had a voucher, even if the voucher's only for 20 quid. But I've had hundreds and hundreds. I might have had more than £1,000 at this point in free money. Oh, Lisa, I'm assuming you're just joining us. Tell me, were you able to skip through? Were you able to watch at the beginning and skip through to watch to where we are now? Because how do you know we were talking about cameras? That's thrown me off. I thought you could only watch live and then you could watch it back later. I'm exactly the same way. Always try and spend my feelings away. Yes, I've been like that forever. Then I want to take it all back. Yeah. I'm interested in the new Shark LED mask. I've seen that as well. I am very interested in the LED masks that are solid, you know, like that's an actual molded mask. That is the one thing with the current body masks that I don't like, that it is flexible. I mean, it's actually great because it means that it takes up less space. You can put it in your bag if you're traveling. There's lots about it that is good that it's flexible, but I wish that it wasn't, because it kind of like sits weird on my face. I kind of have to hold it if I want it to be like as close to my face as possible, and I know that's how it works the best. So I guess if you get a molded one, that could still be a problem if you've got like particularly protruding features, like if you've got like a particularly long nose, or like high cheekbones, or I mean, my face is pretty wide, so maybe that's a problem, whereas the flexible one, it just fits everyone. But yeah, that's interesting to me as well. Oh, you can skip back during a live. I didn't know that. I don't watch a lot of lives, you see. I don't. Yes, I have the current body one and have to hold it against my chin. Let me tell you something that's going to change your life. I put it on with the regular thing, and then I use, you know, like a material headband, one of those, and then I put another thing around here, and that holds it tight to my chin. You're welcome. It's magical. Ooh, a USB hot water bottle on B&M's website. Interesting. I didn't know that would be a thing. I suppose if it's USB, is it just like a heat pad? Because I've been thinking, like, I've had my heat pad on while I was working at my desk earlier, and I was literally thinking it would be handy if I could take that in the car with me, but I can't. And I don't really want to have to buy another one, but I would potentially buy another heat pad if it was like rechargeable, or if I could plug it into the USB in the car. That would be pretty nice. Speaking of which, I was very low on battery. How do I check my battery from this? Wait a minute. How can I feel like I should be able to. We're good. I was going to say, I was super low on battery to the point of I brought with me my big battery pack. That's a heavy battery pack. I brought that with me because I thought I might run out of charge, but we seem to be good. Oh, I know what this is. They must be nearly finished. The people who go in to the sports hall after the boys play football. I say boys, but it's not all boys, it's boys and girls. After the kids play football, are people playing pickleball. I am so into this. It's like, for the most part, an older group of people. I know about these people because they get quite cross with the kids overstaying their welcome and not being ready to be gone by the time they want to get in. But I just saw two people like wheeling some stuff in and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I saw the little logo, definitely the pickleball crew. There's hardly anybody in the car park, and apparently it's because they didn't clear the football field, because a lot of them, the adults, play outdoor football, but obviously it's been snowing, so they didn't clear the football field. Apparently up where our kids play football, the adults were able to play, but they had to clear the football field themselves. What does that entail? Like, do you put loads of salt down? Do you actually get shovels? I don't know. I've never had to clear a field of snow. I have multiple microwave hot pads, as I'm now terrified of hot water bottles after seeing people's pictures of injuring them. Yes, completely. I didn't even know B&M had a website. Hold my coat. That's hilarious. Yeah, I get that completely. Do you know what? With the hot water bottle thing, I cannot get something hot enough against me when I'm feeling sore. But for a long time, when I was a kid, I used to use the hot tap to heat up a hot water bottle. I didn't have a thing on it. It was just a hot tap, just a rubber water bottle. So it's kind of, you don't have to get through another layer. That's hot enough. It is pretty much hot enough. You know, if you were ever in a bind, but you were nervous of boiling hot water, because I get it, especially because we're like leaning against it, like there's so many bad things that could happen. As hot as you can get it out of the tap is not going to be hot enough to burn you, but is going to be hot enough to provide some soothing heat. Another thing to remember is not to use the same, because lots of people put them in the freezer, not to use the same hot water bottle to freeze as to use with hot water, because apparently once it's been in the freezer, the rubber starts to deteriorate, so it's never going to be as safe with boiling hot water in it. And I think some of the people who've had issues over the years may have mixed and matched heat and cold. I prefer hot pads. Yeah, heat pads are for the win, really. It's just a matter of it having access to the electric. I keep meaning to ask, do you have another list for Christmas classic films? Loving the current Christmas film list. I'm going to try and get that list finished out by the end of the week, because I want to do 3. I want to do 60 films by Christmas. And I think what I might do with the next list, I want to do like 20 films these are legit. These are like premium, fantastic movies. But I also want to do another 20 that are Christmas movies, you know? Another 20 that are not necessarily features. Ones that were made for TV. But I felt a little bit penned in this time around, having to watch the ones that I'd written down. So I think what I'm going to do is, once we finish these 20, if you don't know what we're talking about, on Instagram, I've got a little highlight, and I put a checklist of like 20 terrible Christmas films to watch. Only terrible Christmas films need apply. Some of them are like 5 stars for a terrible Christmas movie. If you are 1 star for a terrible Christmas movie, I would like you to be taken off streaming sites. That's how bad it is. 3 is like, that's a standard Christmas movie. I would watch that again. The expectations are low. This is what I expect from a Christmas movie. 5 is like, it almost could be a proper movie. 1 is really, really terrible. So I would like to do another 20 of those, but I think what I'm going to do is, once we finish with these, I'm going to randomly choose as I go, and as you guys are recommending them, because that's happening, and I'm like, I can't deter from the list. I've got to finish this list first. I think I'm going to pick up 20 movies as I go, just whatever I happen to want to watch on that day, and create the list at the end rather than the other way around. And then probably, well, definitely by the time we'll be in December by this point, maybe a week into December, if my timings are correct, I would like to do like actual top 20 Christmas movies, like proper. These are my favorite Christmas movies. And then maybe we'll do that like 20 days before Christmas, and then we can watch one every day. It's all coming together. This was my little Christmas project, which honestly has been more time consuming than I expected. Because I can only watch them when I'm by myself. Nobody else wants to watch them. And I have to actually watch them. So I can't be like passively watching them while I'm watching, like while I'm working. I have to actually be watching them because I'm reviewing them for you. So it's been difficult. Although Holiday in Handcuffs, I started watching that last night and then it was too late, so we had to go to bed. But I don't hate that one. That's a legit movie. That might be getting like 5 stars for a Christmas movie. We used to have a hot stone water bottle. Oh, yes. That when you kicked it out of bed in the night, you knew about it. Yes. I would actually love that. I've been making shaped ones so I can get them in specific places. Oh, you mean like shaped heat pads? That's clever. That's a really good idea. I mean, the one I have an electric heat pad that I got from my grandma's house when we were going through it. It was like literally untouched in a box. I was like, this is amazing. Best thing she could possibly have given me. And I've used that to death. And it's fantastic. It's good for like, if you wanted to put it in a bed to heat up the bed, you know, like the olden days. My grandma used to always do that for me. Speaking of, just sitting in the car right now, I have on thermal socks and trainers. My feet are freezing. Absolutely icy cold. Freezing. My hands are cold, but at least I'm like, but my feet are like fully covered up and in thermal socks. Freezing. But yeah, my heat pad is great to like get around all the areas. Like a flat, flexible heat pad. Better than a hot water bottle. Oh, I see what you mean. You're making them. You're making like lavender bags. I see. My friend's sister made some, I want to say, was it my friend's sister or was it my friend? Karen's very crafty. Her Instagram name was Crafty Karen's. And she can sew. I think her mum was teaching her to sew on the sewing machine. Her mum can like properly sew. Not that Karen can't, but you know, Karen would say her mum can properly sew. I have multiple sewing machines. I've tried in my life. I just don't have the patience for sewing, truthfully. It's just never going to be for me. I don't have the patience for a pattern. It's the same reason I can't properly learn a musical instrument. I don't have the patience to, at some point in my life, at one point, I knew the musical notes on the page by their name. So I could have gone like, you know, C, D, E, F, G, blah, blah, blah. And then at one point, I knew the musical note and I knew what that corresponded to on my clarinet, but I didn't know the letter. I can't keep it all in my head at the same time. I've had all of the information. I just can't know it all at once. It's just not for me. Oh, I just got a FabFitFun email. Do you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to go through my emails and I'm going to get rid of all of the email. I mean, again, I realize this is ironic coming from a business owner who's always trying to get people to sign up to our newsletter. But listen, if you unsubscribe yourself, go for it. I am never like, I don't want to be that pushy person. I am going to go through this evening while I'm watching one of the Christmas movies on the list, and I'm going to unsubscribe myself from a ton of mailing lists because it's so tempting, especially just before Black Friday and around Christmas, and then there's going to be January sales, and I do not need them pinging me directly to my emails. I don't. Oh, you're knitting covers for heat pads. See, Karen can crochet, but she can't knit, and that's actually a great idea. A little crocheted one. I get Karen to maybe me one of those. I actually asked Karen ages ago if she could make me. I want the blanket that is in Monica's apartment. There's like a crochet blanket. If you remember the episode of Friends where Chandler sees Rachel's boobies, she holds it up and he says that's a relatively open weave. And it's this very specific, it's kind of like a bit open. It's got quite large gaps in it. This crochet blanket, I want that. So if she wants to surprise me with that on my birthday, that would be great. Right, all the oldies are going in now for their pickleball. So the kids are going to be coming out any minute. I'm going to get the car going and try it because it's already fogged up. I feel like I'm icing over as I'm sitting here. So I'm going to wrap this up. Oh, you're waiting for the Dreamlight Valley update. I downloaded the Rift in Time and then I again like just lost interest a little bit. Maybe I'll play that this evening. Maybe I'll get that update downloading while I'm finishing up some candle stuff and I'll play it. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for keeping me company. If you're watching this later, tell me. I mean, I feel like we get quite a nice little crowd on a Wednesday night, but is there a particular time or day that would be better to do this if we did like a weekly guaranteed, this is what we're going to do? Would a weekend be better? Do we like midweek in the evening? Let me know. I don't know if we talked about anything that I put in the title because I wrote that 3 hours ago and I can't remember what it was, but hopefully we did. Godspeed to everyone trying to avoid the sales and spending money. And I will see you whenever I see you, probably on Sunday with another vlog. Bye.